Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm making this time I'm gonna make a strawberry cake with a Chantilly cream cheese and mascarpone cheese like frosting. I'll tell you about later. But anyways, this is made with real strawberries, and first you want to make a reduction, so you have to take a pound of strawberries, take the little core out, and after you wash them, take the little core out, slice them up, put them in a pan on like medium or like low to medium heat, and cook them down. It took mine about 25 or 30 minutes, and it basically becomes mush, which I guess the baking term would be a reduction. Then you want to take it off the oven and let it cool completely before you mix it into the batter. I ended up putting mine in the fridge like while I mixed up the rest of the cake and got the oven preheated and stuff, and it was cool enough. So here you have to add 5 egg whites into the batter. Basically, if you've never separated an egg, you have to put one in each corner of your kitchen. I'm just kidding. You crack the egg open, and here's a couple ways. I get 2 containers. One, I put the egg white in, and the other, I throw the yolk in for later. So you can crack it open like this and kind of like toss the yolk back and forth between the eggshell and just let the white like drip in there. And then once you're done, you throw the yolk into the other container, and you can eat it, feed it to your chickens, whatever you want. This other way, you crack it open and you kind of use your fingers as like, what do you call that? Strainer. So you kind of like strain the yolk and just let the egg whites fall into the container. And you're going to repeat this 5 times, and then you're going to use it to pour into the batter later. Doesn't that look delicious? So here's the strawberries. Towards the end of the like 25 or 30 minutes that I cooked them, you want to like stir them every now and then so that they don't stick to the bottom of the pan. And I also would like mash them down with the spatula just to kind of like make them a little more mushy, because I don't really want huge chunks of strawberries in my cake. But like I said, a pound, chop them up, cook them. Then you got to get your pans ready. It's 2 9-inch pans. You spray them with like a butter spray first. I just realized you can see my foot down there. And then you put parchment paper on it. And to get the right circle, you put the pan on top of the parchment paper and draw a circle with a pen or marker. And you just cut the circle, put it down in the pan. It just helps to like make sure you can get the cake out with no issues. Then in a separate bowl, you're going to mix your dry ingredients. So it's 2.5 cups of cake flour. Cake flour is a lot finer than like regular flour. And I'm not sure, honestly, about the next ingredients. I think it's like a teaspoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon of baking soda, but I'll put the actual recipe like down in the comments or the description of the video. And then calls for salt, but I use salted butter, so I left that out. You're going to mix that up and stick it to the side. Then in your mixer, you're going to mix your sugar, which I believe it was 1 3/4 cups of sugar and 3/4 cup of butter, which is a stick and a half. And you mix it up. And you're going to set your oven to 350. And then you mix your butter and sugar up, and then you pour in the 5 egg whites that we separated earlier. And the butter and sugar, you can see like I creamed it probably about 2 minutes to get it like that. And make sure you scrape down the sides of the bowl and the bottom. And then you're going to add your vanilla, 1 teaspoon, a 1/3 cup of sour cream or yogurt. I use sour cream. Then that's what it looks like at that point. And then you're going to basically split up between your dry ingredient mixture that we made earlier and a 1/2 cup, I think, of milk. Like I said, I'll put it in the description below. And you're going to alternate between like some of the dry ingredients and a little bit of milk, and then some dry ingredients and a little bit of milk until you have it all in. And then you're going to mix it till just combined. Scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl. Make sure you got everything incorporated. Give it one more quick mix, but you don't want to overdo it. And then after this is when you're going to take the strawberry reduction and add it to the mix as well. Mix it again until, like I said, just combined. You don't want to overdo it. I have no idea what I was doing here. Getting ready to scrape the strawberries in. But anyways, this is what it looks like. It smells so good. And then I added a little red food coloring because I really wanted it to be like a brighter pink once it bakes. So that's what it looks like then, and you have to split it into your pans. Some people just eyeball it. Some people put their pan on a scale and weigh it to the exact ounces. I don't want to do all that, so I use like this, I don't know, soup spoon or something, and I basically just scoop and I count how many scoops I put in each pan, and it always gets them pretty close. So I'll do like 1, 2, 3, and then I'll go do 3 in the other pan, and then I'll come back and do another one, and then I'll go back and forth 1 scoop at a time, and then I'll just scrape the rest of it off with a spatula and try to like divvy it up the best I can. It doesn't have to be an exact science. I mean, they, like I said, they almost always come out pretty much the same. Then you pop them in the oven for 24 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees. Then while that was baking, I started on the Chantilly cream. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but it's a block of cream cheese and an 8-ounce pack of mascarpone cheese. If you've never had it, you should definitely try it regardless. Even if you don't make this, it's really a unique flavor, but I like it. And then it's also a cup of powdered sugar. So you mix the cream cheese and the mascarpone cheese first, and then you add in a cup of the powdered sugar and mix it really well. And I don't even know if it's Chantilly cream. I think it's like Chantilly, like the 2 L's make a Y sound. I'm not really sure, but I don't understand why something would be called Chantilly, so I call it Chantilly. So yeah, mascarpone, cream cheese, cup of powdered sugar. You mix it up. Make sure you scrape the bottom of the bowl really well. And then you add in the cup of powdered sugar and mix it some more until that's like completely combined. Then in another bowl, you're going to do I believe it's 2.5 cups of heavy cream, a tablespoon of vanilla, and another cup of powdered sugar. And you're going to beat the crap out of it. You're going to beat it until it turns into whipped cream, basically. But a really, really good version of whipped cream. So that's what it looks like. If you do it a whole lot longer than what I did it, it's going to like curdle up, which is still edible and everything, but it just won't mix as well. This was a pretty good state that you want it to be in, where I guess they call it stiff peaks. Did I say that right? Stiff peaks. Sorry, it's late at night whenever I'm doing this. Stiff peaks. And then you're going to dump that homemade whipped cream into the cream cheese mascarpone cheese mixture. Blend it up well. These are my cakes once I took them out of the oven. You're going to let them sit and cool to room temperature before putting any frosting on them. This is the frosting once you've mixed in the whipped cream with the cream cheese and mascarpone cheese. And it's really light and fluffy. And I just really wanted something not super sweet to go with the strawberry cake. This was like actually afterwards. And then I sliced the cakes in half because I wanted thin layers. And I added pink food color into the frosting to make it prettier. And that's what it ended up being like. It's a really whipped topping type of thing, so it wasn't easy to work with. But I did the best I can. I'm no professional. Thank you all for watching. If you make this, let me know what you think. I bet it's going to be delicious. And I'll talk to y'all later.